You're watching the Western Athletic Conference. It's here on ESPN. March is here. Let the madness begin. The tickets have been punched to WAC Vegas. There is still seating on the line for these two teams. Welcome to Abilene. It's the ACU Wildcats and the Utah Tech Trailblazers. Abilene Christian University, Moody Coliseum. Our scene today, Andy Penny alongside Roman Raffelli. The grind of January and February, they're in the rearview mirror. It's March in the horizon, and Roman, for both of these teams with WAC Vegas just 2 weeks away, there's some work to be done as far as seating is concerned. They'll play it on the floor today.
Absolutely. I mean, the grind through those winter months, the cold, busy, balancing classes, and a tough WAC schedule, especially with this double round robin we're seeing. And both these teams have made their way into that tournament. For Utah Tech, this is a big game in trying to determine their seeding. The top 4 teams in the WAC tournament will get that bye. But Abilene Christian pre-locked into that 5 through 8 teams, which means they're going to have to win 4 games to get through that WAC and into March further at least.
The good thing is they're on their way to WAC Vegas. We'll talk about that as the broadcast plays out today. Roman, let's look at our impact players today, and they are 2 good ones for both teams. Brianna Gillen for Utah Tech. It's Bella Earl for the Wildcats.
Absolutely, and Brianna Gillen did not play against ACU, and Addison Martin for ACU didn't play against Utah Tech in their previous meeting. But Gillen, just a phenomenal shooter, really leads this team in her 5th year. And Bella Earl missed double-double here at ACU, and they've both been great, especially down the stretch here. Scoring a lot, playing really great team ball, and just leading their teams into that WAC tournament.
Earl, her 7th double-double on Thursday. Gillen, the preseason WAC Player of the Year here in 23-24. Hey, for more on today's contest, let's send it courtside to the 3rd member of our team. It's Joshua Varner. Hey, Josh.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, so as we approach the end of the regular season, this is still a huge game for both of these teams. Utah Tech has made it into the Western Athletic Conference tournament, and if they're able to hold on to their 4th seed, they will receive a bye past the 1st round. They are currently trailed by UT Arlington with a record of 10-8, so a win today would really help them to secure that 4th seed. ACU is currently 6th in the Western Athletic Conference tournament standings, and regardless of if they win or lose today, they will make it into the Western Athletic Conference tournament. However, Coach Goodenough is looking for a winning season with the Wildcats. This is her 12th season here at ACU, and to date, she has not had a losing season. In order to secure a winning season, the Wildcats need to win all 3 of their final games this season, including today against Utah Tech. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Joshua. Yeah, a lot to play for Utah Tech today. They're trying to get in the top 4 seeds, as we've talked about. Record-wise, they're the 4th place team. WAC seeding-wise, they're the 5th place team. A bye on the line if you can be in the top 4. We shall see that play out today. Martin and Gillen in the center circle. WAC basketball on a Saturday afternoon is underway. Wildcats in the home whites. You can see the starters, the typical 5 for Julie Goodenough. Earl, Hull, Martin, Jackson, and Traeger. This is a high-volume shot attempt type of game today. We will see a lot of 3s today, Roman.
Yeah, absolutely. And when these teams met back in January, ACU shot 43 pointers, only to make 9. So they got to have a much better day on the home court.
Traeger will drive, though, and prove us wrong. The senior on senior day, the grad transfer. Claire Traeger busts our scoreless tie. Utah Tech right back in a hurry. You see Maddie Warden, part of the starting 5. Warren, Deaver, McCord, Gillen, and Dallas. Utah Tech at 74 points a game. That's good enough for 3rd in the conference. ACU at 71 a game. That's good enough for 4th in the conference. This will be up and down. The shot clock really won't come into effect too often here today. Here's a WAC preseason player of the year, Brianna Gillen. As mentioned, did not play in the first meeting. She was in concussion protocol. First time these two played back in late January. The Trailblazers the better of ACU, 78-69. Wide open triple, hits the back of the rim, Caitlin Deaver.
Yeah, and as we're seeing from Utah Tech, they're playing that kind of 5-out style that's not very common within the Western Athletic Conference. And that first possession, super quick drive into the paint, getting that layup, that's something they're going to look to do, along with shoot a large number of shots behind the arc.
We won't see many mid-range jumpers today. It's all attack and kick for 3s. As Earl misses a shot, Martin an offensive board. Madison has her first 2 today. 6'1" sophomore from Shreveport, averaging 10.8 a game. One of 3 Wildcats in double figures. Hull leads the way at 15.1. Here's Gillen attacking the baseline. And now McCord with the seam. Too strong.
Yeah, we're seeing a really great zone put together by Julie Goodenough to prevent that 5 out driving in and getting wide open shots in the paint. They're playing that kind of 3-2 that they played all season and allowing them to not get much near the glass.
Traeger a miss from deep. Warren the board. Utah Tech coming off a loss at Tarleton on Thursday. Whistle and an offensive foul as Warren led with the offhand. There's a charge. There's J.D. Gustin in his 8th year. Coached his 200th game versus Tarleton on Thursday. They have clinched their spot in the WAC tournament. Last year they won their first ever game in Division I postseason plays. They beat Utah Valley in that WAC tournament a year ago. And the Trailblazers lost to Tarleton 76-60 on Thursday. Jackson will fire from deep first time, and Zoe Jackson, who had 2 threes on Thursday, has her first tonight.
Yeah, we're seeing ACU looking to get those 3-point shots up early before Utah Tech can really get their feet under them and start to rain them down on ACU. So good start here for the Wildcats.
Gillen right back, the second leading scorer in the WAC at 17 a game. Her first 2. The reigning WAC player of the week from last week had a 38-point double-double versus UT Arlington. Again, averaging 17. Earl with a step on McCord. Shot clock resets, and now Hull, her first pull from 3. And Peyton Hull, the team leader in 3-pointers, just buried number 67 on the year.
Yeah, and the Wildcats are going to need a big game from her, especially from that 3-point line, if this game is going to turn into a 3-and-3 trading off on the sides of the court.
You see McCord pull it in a hurry and miss. Utah Tech leads the WAC in 3-point percentage at 34.7. Jackson, another triple, right corner. It's a hot start and a J.D. Gustin Trailblazer timeout. The Wildcats already 3 from deep, and an early 9-point lead. We knew it'd be a 3-point shooting contest. So far, it's going the way of the home team. Wildcats by 9. Back at Abilene, it's a hot start for the home team. Wildcats already a 9-point lead. Andy Penny, Roman Raffelli. Roman, let's look at today's keys to the game.
Yeah, and as we're seeing it already playing out in this game, see the 3, be the 3 for Abilene Christian. Knocking them down early, getting on Utah Tech, and kind of disrupting that rhythm with that zone that we had already mentioned on the defensive side. And for Utah Tech, they got to make space, they got to share the ball, and they got to shoot the 3. And if they're not going to be able to do that, they're going to struggle in this game.
ACU 3 of 6 from deep. Zoe Jackson, 2 triples, made 2 triples on Thursday as well. The win versus Southern Utah. Utah Tech comes out cold. Another miss by Maddie Warren. Warren at 16.5 a game. That's good enough for 4th in the WAC. Martin misses the first. A lot of hands around the basketball. A jump ball and possession facing the Trailblazers. Here's a look at Julie Goodenough in her 12th season with ACU. She's got the Wildcats back in postseason play. It's not official yet that ACU will go to the WAC tournament in Las Vegas, but after the Southern Utah Tarleton game today, one of those teams will lose, and it will become official. ACU will be at WAC Vegas. We'll talk about that as the afternoon unfolds. Gillen, an early bucket. She'll drive on Hull with the left hand. And a kick out. McCord. Just not there yet for the Trailblazers. 0 for 4 from behind the 3-point line. Did not shoot it well in Stephenville the other night. Just 6 of 23 from deep. Gracie Wernley on the floor for the first time. The freshman, number 22. Emma Troxel also in, the freshman who wears number 24. Martin goes to work on Deaver. Nice drop step and a finish.
Absolutely, really getting great penetration towards that baseline and either getting a good rebound off of a 3-point shot or just putting it up herself and really making her presence felt in the paint so far.
We talked about Gillen did not play the first time these 2 teams met. Martin did not play as well. She missed that 4-game stretch with the high ankle sprain.
Yeah, and I think a matchup to watch tonight is that Gillen and either Peyton Hull or Gracie Wernley matchup on the defensive side. Got a 5th-year senior versus 2 freshmen on the guard side here, so it's going to be an interesting one to watch.
Warren an air ball. It's a turnover back here to the Wildcats. First substitution here for Utah Tech, as well as Allison Deaver, the number 33 is in. She and Caitlin Deaver, sisters, two pair of sisters on this team, Maddie and Macy Warren, Caitlin and Allison Deaver. Here's Emma Troxel, her first pull from 3. And Bella Earl crashes the board, can't quite save it. It'll go to the Trailblazers. ACU the win on Thursday again versus Southern Utah, 75-42. It was the lowest offensive output by an opponent this year for ACU, holding the Thunderbirds to just the 42 points.
Yeah, and coming off of a rough road stretch where they lost to Cal Baptist and Grand Canyon, they needed a big defensive performance, and they got that to kind of right the ship and make a push through this WAC tournament.
Pass deflected out of bounds, 8 on the clock here for Utah Tech. McCord will drive on Wernley. Good help defense. Deaver now a step. Too strong. One and done again. I don't know if Utah Tech's had an offensive rebound yet today. Martin against Deaver. Whistle and a foul. Our first free throws will come on the Wildcats side. Addison Martin will make her way to the line.
Yeah, it's certainly a younger unit on the floor for the Wildcats right now. 3 freshmen, but they've been doing really well on getting offensive rebounds and getting, contesting shots, not letting Utah Tech get comfortable. And it showed. I mean, 15-4 lead to start is huge for this team, and they're going to hope to continue that through this first half.
So Martin at the line, the 6'1 sophomore out of Shreveport. She'll get the first one to go. 14 points in 28 minutes on Thursday versus Southern Utah. She's been in double figures 12 times this year, 1 double-double to her name. And a 2-for-2 trip at the line. It's a 9-0 Wildcat run. They've got a 13-point lead. Here's a kick into the corner. Warren, another air ball, but she just cannot find the location.
Yeah, you mentioned that's her second of the day. They're struggling on the offensive side.
It's a scoring drought of almost 4 minutes for the visitors today. Pass deflected this time and a turnover. Gillen got her hands on it into the hands of Warren. The thing about Utah Tech and the way they shoot, they can get back in a game in a hurry. And Gillen will break the scoring drought of more than 4 minutes. She's got 4 of the 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, and one thing that Julie Goodenough was mentioning about that road trip is they were really careless with the ball and made a lot of turnovers against Cal Baptist, which led to a lot of points and really why they just couldn't dig themselves out of the hole they made on that road trip.
Bodies on the floor. Trailblazers have it, the chance to run. Deaver tries to drive. Earl in the help defense cuts her off. Really like this help defense that the Wildcats have been giving. Here's a reach, and Wernley caught on a reach. Just the first Wildcat team foul here in the quarter.
Yeah, they've been playing that 2-3 zone really well, kind of face guarding Gillen and not letting her do much. She's got 4 points, but they're not hitting the threes, and that's been big so far.
0 for 6 thus far for Utah Tech. Gillen a step on Martin, sets her feet. Nice patient shot off the left side of the glass. Again, Gillen at 17 points a game, second in the WAC in that category behind Chloe Webb of California Baptist. But Gillen, the only player in the WAC in the top 10 in scoring, field goal percentage, free throw percentage, rebounds, and assists. She does a little bit of everything. Hall a misfire. The Wildcats have gone cold here in their last few trips. Trailblazers trying to dig out of an early 13-point deficit. Deaver blocked by Martin, a chance to run. Jackson, lead pass to Hull, led her too much, and it's a turnover.
Yeah, that great help side defense in that 2-3 zone like we've been talking about. Able to, Utah Tech penetrated that first line, but then Addison Martin shifts over and gets a great all-ball block to prevent the points.
Gillen directs traffic. Again, the 5-out look that Roman talked about. No post player at all 5 are around the perimeter. Drive and attack. Finish at the rim or kick. Gillen will try to finish at the rim. She's fouled. A block called. Holt tried to take the charge, did not get the call. And Brianna Gillen make her way to the line.
Number 10, Peyton Hull, her first of the game, team foul number 2. Into the Wildcats, number 14,
Meredith Mays has made her way on the floor, the freshman, number 14. 6'2" freshman out of Bixby, Oklahoma. Of course, she and Gracie Wernley were high school teammates last year.
Yeah, and like we mentioned, Utah Tech not playing with much of a center role, so a much bigger Meredith Mays is going to be able to control the paint, and hopefully ACU can kind of run their offense through her.
Martin gets her first breather this afternoon. Gillen has 8 of the first 10 Trailblazer points today. A 6-0 run has it back down to 7. Extended defense past the three-point line. Mays will attack. Earl in the paint, spin, shot, good. Bella Earl already with 6 rebounds here in the quarter, has her first 2 points. On her way to her 8th double-double today. Picked up number 7 on a career high 16 rebounds Thursday versus Southern Utah. Threw in 14 points with it. Almost had a steal. Gillen now a step. Deaver, 3, left wing, and the Trailblazers their first triple. Had missed their first 6. Deaver gives them their first.
Yeah, we're seeing them kind of blaze their way back into this game after being down early.
Final possession of the first quarter. And Gillen from half court. And that's the way the first quarter comes to an end. Wildcats' hot shooting gives them an early lead. They've played with it throughout. But Utah Tech making a push. It's a 6-point game at the end of one. 19-13 Wildcats. Start of the second quarter, ACU has the 6-point lead at 19-13. Brianna Gillen did have 8 points in that first quarter. Hey, with more on the preseason WAC Player of the Year, let's send it courtside to Joshua Varner. Joshua?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, so as you were saying, Gillen was the Western Athletic Conference Preseason Player of the Year, and she was also named to the 25-player watch list for the Becky Hammond Mid-Major Player of the Year. Gillen is the all-time leading scorer for women's and men's basketball at Utah Tech with over 1,500 points scored. She scored a season-high 38 points last week against UT Arlington, where she shot 60% from the field and put up 10 rebounds as well. Tonight, she's got 8 points and is 3 from 3 from the field for the Trailblazers. Guys, back over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Joshua. She's been something special for a long time in her 5th year in a Trailblazer program. We start the second quarter. Hull misses on the 3. ACU started hot from 3. They're now 3 for 10. Deaver misses in transition, a chance to run for the Wildcats. Traeger back on the floor, scored the first 2 today, misses the 3 left side.
And look for the Wildcats to maybe switch up the defense here. Got off to a really hot start defensively, and then the Trailblazers kind of figured it out, started to claw their way back in, so they may make an adjustment here.
McCord into the corner, Deaver another 3, and this triple's good. If Utah Tech gets hot, they can get right back in a game. And what was a 13-point deficit is back down to 3. It's a 12-2 Trailblazer run. Hall on a backdoor cut, whistle to foul. Free throw's coming. Good look from Zoe Jackson.
Yeah, and ACU's got to be careful here not to start playing that 3 game with them, because if Utah Tech gets really hot and ACU starts to force the 3 ball, they could find themselves in an even deeper hole very quickly.
Get a good look there at the backdoor cut. It'll send Peyton Hall to the line, the 5'11 freshman at Peaster High School, Peaster, Texas. 6th in the WAC in scoring at 15.1. She's been in double figures all 17 WAC games. And Roman, I'm just going to throw it out there. My pick for the WAC preseason, or not preseason, check that out, newcomer of the year. WAC newcomer of the year, I think, is at the free throw line right now.
Yeah, and I think that's an incredibly, reasonable take there, especially with some of that that guard turnover that the Wildcats saw this year. Peyton Hall stepped in and really, was a consistent scorer, but also just facilitated the offense and played it really well. So I think she has my vote too, Andy.
Of course, the league is full of great players in their first year in the conference. Hull has done it consistently all conference season. Deaver will drive baseline this time and finish. Deaver starting to get hot, 5 consecutive points. It's a 2-point game. Utah Tech shows the 2-3 zone. Here's a backdoor cut, extra pass, tough catch. Bodies on the floor, whistle, and a timeout awarded to Utah Tech. Coach Gustin from the bench calls a timeout. As Gillen was on the floor, Martin was trying to tie it up. timeout was awarded. Possession will be awarded to the Trailblazers as well. 20-18, ACU hanging on to a 2-point lead. A minute and a half deep here in the second quarter. Black basketball in Abilene. And back inside Moody Coliseum, ACU hanging on to the 2-point lead at 20-18. Andy Pitty alongside Roman Raffelli. Now, we were talking about the WAC standings. Utah Tech comes in starting the day in the standings in 4th place at 10-7. UT Arlington is at 10-8. But in the WAC resume seeding, which determines the seeding for the conference tournament, UTA is in 4th and Utah Tech is in 5th. Now, that will play out over the course of the next 3 games in the regular season, but if the tournament were to start today, UT Arlington would not have that, or UT Arlington would have the first round bye. Utah Tech would not, despite Utah Tech a better conference record. They beat UT Arlington twice this year.
Yeah, they really got to play well down the stretch here and not give them any more leeway in that resume ranking.
Yeah, so really more on the line today for the Trailblazers as opposed to the Wildcats. ACU has clinched a spot in the conference tournament. They'll be one of the seeds that will be 5 through 8. They'll have to win 4 in Vegas to win the tournament. Here's a turnover.
Yeah, a bit of a miscommunication there between Bella Earl and Addison Martin. Earl cut the baseline going to the hoop, and Martin thought she was going to stay back and take the 3.
It's turnover number 6 here in the first half. ACU just had 11 turnovers on Thursday, 6 already today. Have not made a field goal yet here in the second quarter of play. Utah Tech a chance to tie. Gillen will try to do it.
Yeah, some great defense there from Addison Martin inside. Gillen trying to work her way around and just absolutely nothing from Martin.
Martin a touch in the paint, hands all over the place. Will get the jump ball call this time. Trailblazers have possession. Two teams starting to shoot pretty even as ACU is 7 of 18, 39%. Utah Tech 7 of 19.
Yeah, we saw ACU get out to that really fast start, shooting a lot of shots, getting a high percentage looks up, which you've seen them do very frequently throughout this WAC play, and they've kind of cooled off here. Utah Tech made that defensive adjustment, and Julie Goodenough's got to get her girls to do the same.
The officials checking at the far table about the jump ball. Gracie Wernley, Emmett Troxel back in. Warren is back in, as well as Dallas and McCord. All get a breather. So I thought it was a jump ball. The arrow on the far side was facing Utah Tech, but the officials are giving possession here to ACU. So not quite sure what happened on the far side. The officials again talking about it.
Yeah, I believe on that last jump ball that we had on the Utah Tech timeout, they forgot to flip the arrow. And now reviewing that.
Well, a timeout was awarded, so it was not a jump ball call. So, and now I think they figured that out. On the timeout, it was not a jump ball, so possession should stay with Utah Tech, and the officials have figured that out. Trailblazers 5 of the first 6 here in the quarter. Again, ACU has led throughout. Largest lead of 13 there in the first quarter. Dallas top of the key. And now McCord. That was short off the hand. High arch, but left it short.
Yeah, it's a really great defensive possession from the Wildcats there. Utah Tech making all sorts of kinds of cuts and passes and around and just got absolutely nothing up.
Can the Wildcats unlock this 2-3 zone? They'll have to do it from deep. They'll get it into the paint, though. Martin will go to work. Shot fake, shot up. They'll call a travel on the shot fake. Turnover number 8.
Yeah, just unfortunately sold that pump fake a little too well there, and the travel's called.
Caitlin Jordan is on the floor for the first time this afternoon. She wears number 23 for the Trailblazers, 6'2" freshman. She's a Texas product out of Dallas Christian High School. And also Callan Dallas, who just checked out, number 24, also a Texas product out of Lubbock Cooper High School. Warren top of the key. We'll go one-on-one with Martin. Gillen now down the baseline. Good help defense. A seam for Warren, contact, block call. Troxel tried to get the charge. The hometown crowd does not agree. It's a block on Emma. Tough.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Emma Troxel trying to just slide into the paint there and take the charge there. Unfortunately, the block called.
Troxel leads the team in charges taken with 16. She's good at it.
Yeah, and that's a big maturity sign from a freshman there. You know, able to just get in the paint and kind of take the physical wear off of the rest of her team.
So Maddie Warren at the line. You can see on Maddie's right leg, she has the word Macy written on her right leg. That's her twin sister, Macy, who's on the roster as well, but is out for the season. She got hurt on February the 8th and is out for the rest of the year. So Maddie, a little shout out to her sister, Macy, not in uniform today. It's a 1-for-2 trip. Hole of 3 left side, front rim no good. Wildcats yet to hit a field goal here in the second quarter.
Yeah, on that few-minute drought here, they got to unlock this 2-3 zone like you mentioned earlier and be able to score again. Utah Tech starting to get some momentum here and building it up and biting into that lead.
Warren will pull left wing. Missed another. Gillen, an offensive board. Free throws coming for Brianna Gillen.
Yeah, unfortunately, just ACU couldn't come down with that rebound, and then some sloppy help side defense there, and results in Gillen at the free throw line.
That's the first offensive rebound that Utah Tech's had today. ACU's done a great job of one-and-done possessions. Gillen will tie us up. First lead of the afternoon for the visitors. Gillen's into double figures with 10.
Yeah, we saw ACU come out really hot. 19 points in that first quarter, but only 1 in the second.
Ball into the corner. Triple. Good. Bella Earl.
Yeah, and that's a really smart offensive possession there from ACU. Needs to unlock this 2-3 zone and leans on one of their better players in Bella Earl to get a 3 in the corner.
Bella's 45th 3 of the year. First one today. Gillen to try to answer. Well strong. Bodies on the floor again. Troxel leads the way. Whistle on a jump ball. This time it will go the way of the Wildcats.
Yeah, and this is going to be a big offensive possession here. They got the 3 to retake that lead, and now they're going to need to get another one to start to build their momentum back up.
Just see Troxel get down on the floor. Shout out to Emma Troxel. Happy birthday today, Emma. Birthday number 19. Had a chance to talk to her parents prior to the game. She's been a great one. Great freshman campaign. This whole freshman class this year is doing something special at ACU. Troxel and Hull and Wernley and Mays. Wernley a 3. Rebound tapped into the hands. Jordan collects.
Yeah, and we're seeing this 3 freshmen set right now from ACU. It's something they do frequently. Even when Addison Martin got hurt, they had 4 freshmen on the floor at one time. So it's been great to kind of build that culture with the younger players.
3-second violation here on Warren. Just the second turnover for the Trailblazers. They've handled it well, they just haven't shot it very well. 7 of 22. Just 2 makes from 3, 2 for 12. Jackson with 2 threes today. Make it 3.
Yeah.
Zoe Jackson.
It looks like Julie Goodenough's adjustment to this 2-3 zone was look from the top of the arc into that corner for the 3.
McCord a quick trigger. Comes up empty.
Yeah, and ACU looking to get some more points here.
Tell you, Zoe Jackson just 14 threes on the year, but she's got 3 here in the first half. Troxel will go to the line after she's fouled. You never know on days who it might be, and today it's been Zoe Jackson thus far.
Yeah, really great find from Emma Troxel at the top of the key there into the corner to her junior guard and just able to knock that shot down and get ACU back up top.
So Troxel again at 5.2 points a game. Julie Goodenough has been so complimentary of Emma. She has played so many additional minutes here as of late. And Julie Goodenough quick to say that Emma is our spark plug off the bench. When she comes in, things happen. Warren another three, another miss in the corner. Earl another rebound, that's her 8th. Hull on the other end. Troxel an offensive board. Second chance opportunity, back to Hull. Got that one.
Yeah, seeing that freshman presence felt, we really can't harp on that enough. Emma Troxel getting the offensive board to regenerate the offense, and then Hull knocking it down.
And just like that, the lead has swelled back to 9 after Utah Tech took the lead. It's a 10-0 run for the home team. Troxel another board. Wildcats with numbers, 4 on 3. Earl to Hull. And it'll go the way of Utah Tech. How quickly this went back to a 9-point spread with threes from Jackson and now from Hull.
Yeah, we mentioned that earlier. This could be a 3-point shooting game. And both these teams love to shoot the 3 ball. Julie good enough teams want to knock down, 10 to 15 shots from behind the arc a game. And they've been able to, hit them well and find good shots.
They have 6 here in the half. Warren goes to work on Martin. Martin pleading for an offensive foul as Warren led with the off shoulder, but Addison will get the call. Just her first. Foul trouble not going to be much of an issue today with the way these two teams play. Warren back to the line, the 5'10" redshirt sophomore. 24 double-figure games this year, 9 of 20 plus. Just amazed at the volume of shots by these players. Warren has taken close to 400 shots this year. Maggie McCord's at 250, Gillen's at 350. Just the volume of field goal attempts.
Yeah, and these teams love to throw them up. They're good shooting teams, and they're gonna use that as their strength.
Kick out to Hull, looks for her 3rd triple. She's got it.
And our keys to the game proving very true. They're seeing the threes and they're hitting the threes.
Gillen on the other end. It's Peyton Hull's 12th game this year with at least 3 triples made. We still got a long ways to go. Troxel a look. Hull aboard. Nice dish to Martin.
Yeah, that's great second chance opportunity there for the Wildcats. Not hitting the first shot, but staying in the paint, playing hard, getting the boards, and generating offense.
Here comes Gillen back the other way, gets a step on Troxel. And a whistle and a timeout. It's a Julie Goodenough timeout. I think this is a catch your breath kind of timeout.
Absolutely.
Let's get some subs in the game. Let's catch our breath and let's finish the first half strong. Wildcats, they've got a 9-point lead, 2:05 left before the half. WAC basketball in Abilene.
Thinking too much and not just letting it fly.
Brianna Gillen, 14 points. There's the last 2. It pulls Utah Tech back within a single-digit deficit at 35-26. Peyton Hull, 3 of 8 threes. She's added a free throw. She's got 10 points. Roman making 18 out of 18 WAC games in double figures for the freshman Peyton Hull.
Yeah, that's super exciting here on the campus of Abilene Christian, seeing a freshman have those kind of numbers. She's definitely going to be a piece to build around, especially with this whole freshman class. They're going to have a bright future here with Julie Goodenough.
Bella Earl here in the first half, 9 rebounds. She just hit 500 in her career, 500 rebounds. She's got 5 points to go with it. Hull will drive against the 2-3 zone. Out to Earl, the extra pass. And Bella hits the triple.
Yeah, I think part of that timeout was diagramming a new offensive scheme for Julie Goodenough. And it worked there. They used all that shot clock and then got a quality shot up for 3.
Great extra pass from Mays to find Earl. Now Meredith, tough catch, gets the dribble down, gets the shot up. She'll go to the free throw line. Meredith Mays with a smile on her face. That was a tough catch, but she stayed with it. And she'll get 2.
Yeah, Julie Goodenough mentioning on the Julie Goodenough show this week, Meredith has been a big part of their in-the-paint game, especially in the absence of Addison Martin through January. But she's a pass catcher. She's got great hands, able to be in the paint with some physicality being played, and then able to, catch the pass, put it up, or at least draw a foul.
The freshman who played so big in those 5 games that Addison Martin was out with the sprained ankle. Meredith just stepped in, and Wildcats just kept on moving. And now the largest lead of the first half at 14. Wildcats led by 13 in the first. Utah Tech came all the way back to take a 1-point lead. And now it's a 20-5 run for the Wildcats. Nice pass across the paint. And Nicole Willardson finishes, the 6'4" freshman.
Yeah, and that's a big find in the paint. Went a little bit of a scoring drought there, and ACU's been pounding on them, so they got to get a quality bucket there and just start to build it back.
Mays faces up, finds Earl, backdoor cut. Bella finishes at the rim. It's a first half double-double for Bella Earl. 10 points, 10 rebounds, her 8th double-double of the year.
Yeah, missed double-double here at ACU has got an early one in this big game against Utah Tech.
Shot clock is off. Trailblazers can hold for the final shot. Gillen a screen, top of the key. Maisel defend, pass deflected. Second one deflected. 2.9 on the clock.
And seeing some camaraderie between Claire Traeger and Bella Earl there, giving her a little push. That's a great defensive stop.
Our key to the game, just disrupt the rhythm of Utah Tech. Now just 3 seconds to work with. Warren will have to shoot at the horn with the left hand. Front rim, no good, and that's how the first 20 minutes come to an end.
Yeah, that's a big defensive possession there for ACU. Gillen dribbling it out, wanting to waste that clock, get that last shot, and then they're only to get up 1, and it wasn't great.
A 22-7 run to end the half. Julie Goodenough makes her way courtside. Joshua Marner's with her. Josh, it's all yours.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, it's a really big half for your team so far. What did you see that stuck out to you?
Just really good teamwork on the offensive end. We're making extra passes, taking shots that we take every day in practice, so really good teamwork. Defensively, we've got to kind of shore up some of our help side, but overall good half for us.
Yeah, and Peyton Hull, your top scorer in that first half, what did you see from her specifically?
Just being shot ready. I mean, she knows not to turn down open shots, and I think she's got that scoring mentality today.
Thank you so much. Guys, back over to you.
Thank you, Coach Goodenough. Thank you, Joshua. At the half, it's ACU 42, Utah Tech 28. Coy Ostlin, Zion Webb, they'll have your halftime show here in just a moment. WAC basketball, it's here on ESPN+.
Coy Ostlin, Zion Webb here up top in Moody Coliseum for this WAC matchup. Zion, it's been an interesting first half. ACU leads 42-28. They're led by Peyton Hull. She has 10 points so far in this game. How have you felt about the Wildcats through one half of basketball?
Yeah, the Wildcats, they've been looking pretty good this game. I think what they did was do a good job at adjusting to the zone. Right now, they're playing a good game of playing inside out. And that's really good because often when you play in the zone coverage, that they trap when you go inside. So just dishing it out to the wide open 3 is why she has 10 points right now and why the lead's so big.
All right, and Utah Tech, they're led by their 5th-year guard, Brianna Gillen. She's got 14 points. What have you seen from Utah Tech in this one?
I think right now what they need to do is just keep dishing her the ball. Everybody else, like for example, Warren is 1 for 8 from the field. McCord is 0 for 6 for the field. So just keep giving her the ball and letting her cook will be good for them getting back in the game.
All right, Zion, you talked about ACU has done a good job of shutting down of some of Utah Tech's big shooters in this ball game. And you want to talk about that. Let's talk about the second half of this game. What are you looking for from these two teams, and what can they bring in your opinion?
Yeah, so for Utah Tech in the I guess the second half of the first quarter, what they did was be more physical, and that was great for them because when they got those turnovers and when they decided that they were going to get on the ground and get gritty with the team with ACU, that's when they started going on their run. But once they got away from that and ACU became the more physical team, it was over for them, and the threes started draining in for ACU.
Yeah, and you've talked about it. There's been a bit of ebb and flow with this game. ACU, they got out to a pretty big lead, 13 points early in this one. Now it's 14 in this one. You're looking at a pretty close matchup. It goes back and forth, and like you said, Utah Tech's been able to bring it in and out.
Yeah, for sure. And I think right now that what they have to do is just continue to play like they are doing, be the more physical team, and they'll be good overall.
All right, well, ACU, they're trying to lock down that last spot in the WAC tournament. Obviously, they win, they can really get into this game. Yeah, that's a very important game here late in the season at home, Zion.
Yeah, for sure. I think right now what they just need to keep doing is doing what they're doing. And it's big because I know everyone on the team wants to win. So just getting their spot in the WAC tournament is the last time they've been in the March Madness for 2019. So just getting back in is the first step. And since everyone wants to win, it'll be huge for them to get there and just continue to thrive.
It is senior day here, too, at ACU. Claire Traeger, she's got 2 points. Brooke Jensen also being honored. Of course, senior day, always a big deal in college athletics.
Yeah, for sure, and it's going to be fun. I think that's why everyone's playing a good team basketball today. It's awesome to watch and what we're seeing.
Yeah, and you talk about it. It's awesome what we've seen so far in this game. Very competitive matchup early on, but like we said, back and forth it has been for these two teams. ACU's pulled out big time in this one against a team that in the past they've struggled a lot against. Only one win against the Trailblazers in the past few seasons.
I know, and the biggest thing about that is the one win that they got was in here at home in Abilene. So just continue to let the crowd take them and just continue to keep the energy, play team basketball. It would be good for them today.
Well, Julie Goodenough and her girls lead by 14. Peyton Hull, she's leading that team, and she sat down with our coworker Joseph Chapa and talked a little bit. We're going to check that out now.
Hull, a look at a three. Got it! The freshman's playing big. She's got 25.
Well, Peyton, just to kind of start off, what was your journey like to ACU?
I got recruited my 7th, 8th grade year, so I just really enjoyed just the environment here, and all the players made me just feel like happy, I guess. And I just enjoyed just all the coaching staff is really nice, and that's why I came here.
So you get recruited here to ACU. You're a Wildcat. How did you know that you would have an impact here right away?
Well, to begin with, Coach Goodenough said that I would be a really big part of the program, and I just trusted her, and I believed that I could be. So just showing everyone that I could prove myself on the court, that I am capable of becoming something really good for this program.
Can you touch on the relationship that you have with head coach Julie Goodenough?
Me and Coach Goodenough have a really strong bond, and she just gives me a lot of confidence, which I really need, and that's what kind of makes me feel like I play better in the games. So just having that strong bond with the head coach is really something I enjoy having. So.
Hull will attack. Gets into the paint. Got it up and good. Whistle and a foul. Chance for a three-point play. Peyton Hull's feeling good today.
Finally, Peyton, what does the future look like for you here as a student athlete for ACU and women's basketball as a whole?
I mean, I just want to be remembered here. Just being able to know that a lot of people loved watching me play, and just being able to be known.
ACU led 17-4 in the first quarter. Utah Tech came all the way back, took a 1-point lead in the second quarter at 21-20. But since that point, Wildcats on a tear. They finished the first half on a 22-7 run, and they'll start the second half with the 14-point lead. Trailblazers the first look here in the second half. Gillen with 14 on a drive. She'll attack. This one will fall off the rim.
And a great defensive rebound there, not allowing those offensive rebounds like we mentioned just a second ago.
ACU is 8 for 21 in the first half. Zoe Jackson, another three. Her fourth triple. She's got 12, closing in on a new season high. Point production from Zoe Jackson. Nice backdoor cut and a finish. Maddie Warren. Warren struggled in the first half, just 1 for 8, 0 for 6 from deep, but gets behind the defense, gets the shot up and in.
Yeah, and that offensive production from Jackson, not always something that ACU's relying on.
And now on a run out after the turnover, finishes at the rim and a chance for a three-point play. Defensive deflection, Callan Dallas the steal. Up ahead to Maddie Warren. It's a quick 4-0 run, and again, a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, just some great help side defense there on the wing by number 24, Kaylin Dallas, able to just poke a hand in there, loose the ball, and then, you know, running with numbers for the Trailblazers.
5 quick ones for Warren. She's got 9.
Yeah, like I mentioned, you know, Zoe Jackson not a consistent offensive point producer, but running the point very well, getting the offense set up. So this surprise 12 has been huge for them.
Another turnover. Here come the Trailblazers again. Callan Dallas will pull left side, left it short. Offensive rebound, McCord. It's back up and in. It's a quick 7-0 run by Utah Tech, and Julie Goodenough wants a timeout. 8:37 left in our third quarter. ACU hanging on to a 10-point lead. WAC basketball, it's on ESPN+. It's a 7-0 Trailblazer run to get back within 10 at 45-35. ACU on top. Hey, let's sit at courtside. Third member of our team is Joshua Varner. Joshua?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, so ACU starting guard Bella Earl has achieved a 500 career rebounds with 10 rebounds so far today. She reached a season-high 16 rebounds against Southern Utah on Thursday, and she is on pace to pass that mark today. She's been averaging 8 rebounds per game this entire season. She's been a key player for this ACU team. She has started every game this season, averaging 12.5 points and an average of 34 minutes played per game. Today, Bella Earl is 4 for 7 with the field with 10 points, and she has played the entirety of the first half of this game. Guys, back over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Joshua. She's been the model of consistency for Julie Goodenough for a long, long time. As Jackson, her first miss from deep. She was 4 for 4 until that miss. Here's a spin, Gillen at the rim.
Yeah, and early on we saw the Trailblazers come out to that 7-0 run in the first 40 seconds, but they've been relying on that inside game, playing the paint, getting up on the board, and making easy points to climb back into this one.
We talked about it in the break. I don't think the Trailblazers abandoned the three-point shot, but they've certainly had success attacking the paint today.
Yeah, and especially late in the season here, what works, works. And if you're able to generate offense, by no means stick to what isn't working.
Hall a look at a 3, right corner. Good extra pass, Addison Martin. Payne's got her 4th triple today as well. It's the 10th make today for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and that's a big make there to get them back on the board here in the second half and start to silence this Utah Tech roll.
Gillen attacks, kicks to McCord, back to Gillen. Shot clock single digits for the first time in a while. McCord a back rim on a 3. Tapped into the hands of Traeger. Martin up the floor to hurry. Missed it in transition. Wanted the call, didn't get it. Here comes Warren. She's been successful in transition, left this one strong.
Yeah, that's a great defensive play by Claire Traeger, not fouling, but allowing her to get that shot up and highly contesting it.
Earl a trail 3. Traeger an offensive board.
Yeah, that's a big one there, just coming up from the baseline, kind of catching Utah Tech off guard.
Traeger, one of 2 seniors celebrated in the pregame today. Claire, the transfer from Binghamton, her first year here at ACU. But the grad transfer's been special this year. Of course, Brooke Jessen as well on the bench. That one falls out.
Yeah, it's a tough miss seeing Jackson drive baseline for the first time today. Got a great look, just bounced out.
And Gillen to Deaver. That's one Deaver wants back. Possession will stay here on the Utah Tech side, but one that Deaver makes 9 times out of 10. There's the one miss. And check that, ACU will get possession.
Well, seeing Nicole Willardson checking back in here, Utah Tech wanting to kind of refresh their paint game here and getting some fresh legs inside.
Hall, extra pass. Jackson looks for her 5th. Earl a tap to Martin, and Addison finishes. And Roman already 4 Wildcats in double figures. With just 50 points on the board, 4 players in double figures.
Yeah, it's a big part of Julie Goodenough's team mentality play that they want to have.
Hall to Jackson! Defense to offense.
That's a great freshman find there. That kind of underhand basket carry pass to Jackson on the run and able to lay that up for an easy 2.
It's a new season high for Zoe. She's got 14. Boy, the runs of this game, just the ebbs and flows. Just when ACU busted open, Utah Tech comes back. Just when Utah Tech comes back, ACU busted open. And now a Utah Tech bucket. We'll see if they have another answer.
Yeah, and I think that speaks to the youth of both of, I mean, specifically ACU, but both of these teams having some younger players. They kind of don't have the maturity or the consistency quite yet to sustain consistent points, but going on those deep runs and able to pull themselves up, but then push up once the other team lulls.
Traeger a bucket. She's got 4. Finding that soft spot of that 2-3 zone right around the free throw line. Now Warren called with an offhand forearm extension and an offensive foul.
Yeah, and Addison Martin very happy with that call. She's been battling inside, playing super tough, wanting them, not getting them until now.
Media timeout here on the floor. ACU the 15-point lead. WAC basketball on ESPN+. Wildcats a 15-point lead, under 5 minutes here in the third quarter. And again, just when these two teams, the ebbs and flows, just when one team makes a run, the other team decides to make a run. The Wildcats have made the latest to build this 15-point spread. Claire Graham is in for the first time. She wears number 23 for the Wildcats, the sophomore. As Hull misses this 3. Again, 4 Wildcats already in double figures. Jackson with 14, Hull 13. Martin and Earl both have 10.
Yeah, just as we were seeing Utah Tech start to go more to a paint game that they don't typically play, ACU responded, put some bigger strength inside, and then was able to go on and run themselves, stopping that inside game.
Utah Tech, after the Gillen miss, just 2 for 19 from deep. They did have a game versus Grand Canyon where they only made 2 threes. And J.D. Gustin talked about this road trip. Of course, he's working with a thin bench. Macy Warren is out for the year. They lost Emily Isaacson early in the year. So a thinner bench that he's playing with. Heavy minutes for his starting 5. And now here we are in March trying to battle through to the end. And he talked about this last road trip to Stephenville, and Abilene's one of the tougher ones, travel-wise, and then, of course, competition-wise.
Yeah, absolutely stretching the great state of Texas, going far east to Stephenville, and then out here to Abilene.
He said they left Wednesday morning, early Wednesday morning, had to get to Phoenix before flying to Dallas, busing to Stephenville. Said they didn't play well on Thursday. They were just tired. They looked tired. Didn't have much energy. And I feel like there's a little ripple effect here today. Just haven't been able to keep it sustained today. There's a 3 left wing. Claire Graham, the sophomore. She'll get in on the 3-point party.
Yeah, checking in, getting some good defensive play, some facilitating the offense, and then this third possession just knocking down a 3.
Jordan a drive, wearing number 23, but missed the shot. Earl will push. Extra pass to Hull. And Peyton's got another triple. Her 5th 3 today.
That's a great job just running the offense. Julie Goodenough drawing it up, and they're shooting it and doing it like she told them.
Other end, air ball on this end.
Yeah, and the 3's really just not falling for the Trailblazers today.
The Wildcats, chance to push. Graham. And Hull up over the back. See the bench getting into it. Just great extra pass here.
Yeah, it's just phenomenal, maturity and just sticking to what they need to do.
So Maddie Warren for Utah Tech and Peyton Hall have been jousting back and forth all season long with 3-pointers made and who leads the WAC. Warren started the day with 69, Hull was 66. So Hull has 5 today. She is now at 71. Warren has yet to hit a 3, so she's still at 69. So Hull is, for the meantime, taking the lead back. Gillen adds to her stat package. She's got 20.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if Hull maybe heard us talking about her, being in the running for newcomer of the year.
Yep.
Certainly giving a performance today to show that.
Made 9 threes versus Navy earlier this year. Back-to-back 30-point games. Got a rebound here and an assist as Truxell will finish.
Yeah, it's a great freshman to freshman find. Getting the offensive rebound is Peyton Hull, and then just dishing to Emma Troxel for the wide open layup.
And the lead is the largest it's been now at 19. Warren has it knocked out of her hands by Hull.
Back in for your Wildcats, number 13.
Yeah, we mentioned the scoring distribution here for ACU, four double-digit scores here, but it's also translated to the rebounding and the assists and just playing good defense through the bench. Everyone checking in, playing quality defense, not turn the ball over, and it's why ACU's been able to take this 62-43 lead.
ACU is plus 17 in the rebound category. 36-19, only 2 offensive rebounds for the Trailblazers today. Extra pass, Deaver, and Deaver hits. Deaver's second 3, just 3rd as a team. And the good thing here is with Utah Tech playing this zone, ACU a 16-point lead. They can really dictate the clock over the last 11 minutes. Jackson Long this time, Earl up over the back of Dallas.
Yeah, really seeing some patience here from Zoe Jackson along with the rest of the team on the court right now. Just taking it up, taking their time, finding a good pass, and trying to penetrate that 2-3 zone and get a quality shot up.
McCord a 3 right side. Earl another board, or 12. As we go under a minute here in the 3rd.
Yeah, that's a really smart take from Zoe Jackson there. Could have pushed the glass really fast, tried to get it quick points, but instead dribbled it back out and setting up the offense.
Earl a 3. Warren has it. About a 7-second difference here, game clock, shot clock. Warren will pull and hit. First triple today.
Yeah, that quick shoot 3 looking to be the spark that Utah Tech needs right now.
And now the shot clock is off. Wildcats can hold for the final possession. Shooting 46% today, 22 of 48. 12 threes. Great extra pass, Earl to Mays. Gillen has it knocked away. On its way out, last touch by the Trailblazers.
Yeah, and ACU not getting the last shot up there, or not getting last possession there, but still finding a way to run the offense and get the bucket to be able to take this big lead into the 4th quarter.
As Jackson will get it and dribble it out. 3 quarters are in the books. Wildcats outscored Utah Tech by 1 in the quarter to extend their lead, 64-49. 10 minutes to play this afternoon from Abilene. Start of the 4th quarter in Abilene. Welcome to March Madness. Here we go. ACU at 15-point leads. We start quarter number 4. Andy Penny, Roman Raffelli. You got your seatbelt buckled? It's March Madness, baby.
Absolutely, and a lot of people think, NCAA tournament as the only March Madness, but in reality, these first few games and the last few of their seasons in March are some of the biggest, super important games to win and secure conference tournament spots, as well as, campaign for a top 64 team in the nation spot.
The grind of January, February is over. We are in March. Everything that these two teams have prepared for is still right in front of them. Postseason play. Of course, Utah Tech is right now battling for the 4 seed with UT Arlington. Top 4 seeds get a bye in the conference tournament, which is oh so big. Only have to win 3 games as opposed to 4. Wildcats are in. They'll be in Las Vegas. They'll be a 5 through an 8 seed, so they'll have to win 4 once they get there. But they're there, and that's what's important.
Well,
Gillen.
Coming down the stretch, this Wildcat team has really found their rhythm and been able to kind of right the ship from some injury struggles and some just, gameplay struggles. So they've got a chance to, make that run in the WAC tournament.
And really, you're probably looking at just the tournament champion as the only NCAA team. There's an outside chance for an at-large, maybe Grand Canyon or California Baptist, but really got to go to Las Vegas and win it all to get a chance to play in the NCAA tournament. As Warren is fouled, we'll have free throws here. Maddie Warren starting to come alive. It's been a tough shooting day. She is into double figures with 12. And she'll get 2 free throws here.
Yeah, one of our keys to the game was sharing the ball on the Utah Tech side, and ACU's done a great job not letting them do that. Gillen and Warren, they're only 2 double-digit scorers. So if you've got 2 really high scorers there, Gillen with 20, but they're the only ones scoring, you're still going to be successful because you only have 2 sources of offense.
Only 6 assists on 19 field goals made thus far for the Trailblazers. Gillen with 20, Warren now with 14. For ACU, Hull has 16, Jackson 14, Earl with 10, Martin with 10. For Bella, the double-double, 10 points, 13 rebounds now. She had a double-double at halftime. Peyton Hull closing in on potential triple-double. She has some work to do here in the last 8.5 minutes. Martin in the paint, hands all over her. And there's the whistle and free throws coming.
Yeah, you mentioned that Earl grind towards the triple-double. She has played all 30 minutes of this game, along with Bella Earl and Brianna Gillen. They've all been, in the game the whole time, kind of the basis of their teams, and their offenses run through them, and, they may start to be feeling that a little bit as we get down into this 4th quarter.
Martin hits the first. Whole stat line again as we watch over the last 8.5 minutes. Peyton has 16 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. So some work to do, especially in the assist category, but pretty impressive stat line nonetheless. ACU's 8 for 10 at the line today after Martin makes both. And it's just a matter of ball control, eat some clock, take some possessions out of the basketball over the last 8 minutes.
Yeah, with ACU having that 5-possession lead, they don't have to do anything. They don't have to make a move and push the ball. They just got to take care of it and continue to build on it.
Traeger a touch, got it with the left hand. And Julie good enough, a 2-handed flex showing off the bicep. She's proud of Traeger, the grad transfer. Dallas back rim on a 3. Here come the Wildcats again. And again, here's taking the air out of the basketball. ACU closing in on back to 500 at 9-9. This is the 3rd year in the WAC. Each of the first 2 years, they finished at 9-9 in the conference. Of course, this year, the 20-game schedule, still 2 to go next week. But right at where they've been each of the last 2 years.
Yeah, and Utah Tech with a big defensive possession there, able to force the turnover and then get 2 points right there.
And Warren to finish. Boy, score's going to score. Maddie Warren is now at her average of 16. Of course, scoreboard watching today. UTA plays host to Utah Valley. That's the game that the Trailblazers are interested in. Traeger another bucket. She's got 8.
Yeah, found herself at the top of the key. No hands up. Just knock it down, take the free points.
UTA playing host to Utah Valley. McCord will hit a 3 right side and a timeout. 70-56. 6:38 remaining. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. Wildcats closing in on victory number 9 in the conference.
As you take the next step in your career, who knows?
6:38 left. ACU a 14-point lead at 70-56. Wildcats shooting 25 of 53 today. That's 47%. 25 makes, 22 assists on 25 makes. That's pretty high-quality team basketball right there.
Yeah, it's huge team basketball there. And then even comparing to Utah Tech's made 21 of 53. ACU's made 25 of 53, so just showing the three-point shot percentage there, really what's propelling ACU to this lead.
Gracie Wernley back in. Martin a miss at the rim. Utah Tech will get possession. Utah Tech at 21 of 53. That's 40%, but the three-point line has just been their crutch today. They shoot it so well all season long. They lead the conference in three-point percentage at 35, but just 5 of 26 today, 19%.
Yeah, and Julie Goodenough said coming into today, they're right on the verge of a breakthrough, and they've certainly seen that today. You know, basically taking the 3-ball out of Utah Tech's game, which is something that no team has really been able to do so far this season.
Hull gets her first breather. You mentioned a moment ago that she and Earl had been on the floor the entire time, but gets her first breather here with 6 minutes left. Jackson back in, who's had a magnificent shooting day today. A new season high at 14. 8 on the clock for Wernley. Traeger. And Claire Traeger, the 5th Wildcat in double figures.
Yeah, once again, just cannot stress hard enough how great of team basketball ACU's been able to play today.
She ties a season high with 10 points. Nice ceremony for she and Brooke Jessen prior to tip-off today, the 2 seniors on the roster. And Traeger in her first season in a Wildcat uniform after 4 years at Binghamton. She missed the 3 here. Here's Gillen, and Gillen will add 2 more to the stat category.
Yeah, that's a great drive and spin from Gillen there. On the freshman, Gracie Wernley, able to just kind of use her size and her speed, see the court, and get an easy 2.
Gillen's 9th game this year of 20 plus. Wernley again, right side, 6 on the clock. Double team needs some help. Traeger with 2. Shot at the buzzer. And Martin out of bounds. Boy, Julie Goodenough pleading for a foul there. Does not get the call.
Yeah, Addison Martin hit the deck pretty hard there, kind of a push in the back, going for the rebounds. You could argue there should have been a call there, but it'll be Utah Tech ball.
See Julie getting her few words in there. Thought it was a foul there as Martin tried to collect. Critical stretch here. Can Utah Tech make one more push? McCord with a step. Jackson fouls, free throws for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, and if Utah Tech is going to climb back into this game, they're going to have to lean on Gillen as well as Warren and McCord, who are their other 2 high scorers here, to be able to generate some offense and quickly get back into this game.
We mentioned that Utah Tech is scoreboard watching today. UT Arlington specifically, the Lady Mavericks playing host to Utah Valley. All 5 WAC games are in the state of Texas today. Of course, here in Abilene, Utah Valley at UT Arlington. Southern Utah and Tarleton play today. That's an elimination game. The loser of that game will be eliminated from the WAC tournament. Grand Canyon and SFA are in Nacogdoches. California Baptist is down in Edinburgh at UTRGV. Take that back. That's not an elimination game today between Southern Utah and Tarleton. But, however, the loser, once one team loses, that will automatically qualify ACU. ACU not officially in the WAC tournament until about 3 o'clock Central when that game goes final.
Yeah, and I really think it speaks to this Wildcat team that they're basically in, but still playing super hard here, kind of making a statement game against Utah Tech.
Traeger all the way down, pops out. Martin and O'Board. Down to 7 on the clock for Earl. Jackson, extra pass. Bella, 3. Traeger, another offensive rebound. She's fouled from behind.
Yeah, seeing Utah Tech play a really good 2-3 here, being patient, putting pressure, especially that trap on Wernley just a couple minutes ago. They're playing patient, but they're not getting the offensive, or they're not getting the defensive rebounds, allowing ACU to get the offensive ones to just continue to drain clock without getting points necessarily.
Wildcats plus 17 in the rebounds today. And not their strength by any stretch, but it has been today. Jackson. And another offensive rebound and a chance to run shot clock.
Yeah, the Wildcats really camping out down here in the offensive zone. Utah Tech's got to get a turnover or a rebound here soon.
Traeger! She likes that elbow, doesn't she?
Loving those elbow shots, especially in this 4th quarter here. And she's telling them, hey, just give me those shots. I'll take them.
She's got 12. Warren stays cold from deep. And a chance to run some more clock, up 15.
Yeah, had a hot start and then kind of a lull in the 2nd and 3rd, but Claire Traeger's come alive in this 4th and really pushed ACU forward.
And the Trailblazers content to stay in the zone, down 15. Martin, she'll try the right elbow. Here comes Warren in a hurry. Kick into the corner, Gillen. Reverse. And free throws coming.
Yeah, it's a great move from Gillen there, obviously getting in the corner. Traditionally, they're probably going to take that three in the corner, but it hasn't been falling today. Has to drive the baseline and then fouled on the tough layup.
Martin the foul, no real foul trouble anywhere on the floor. Warren does have 4. She's the only player that would foul out on her next one. Bella Earl with 3 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and that foul trouble from Warren may be why we're seeing her kind of play back on the face guard at the top on the defensive side. She can't keep trapping and trying to poke the ball out, because if she gets that other one, she's done.
And Earl aboard, and she's fouled. Not quite bonus situation yet, so possession will just go to the Wildcats.
Yeah, and that's a great sign if you're Julie Goodenough, seeing the Wildcats crashing the board super hard, even if they're up big here like they are right now. Still playing hard, doing the little things right, and continuing to build this lead.
Well, pressure here from the Trailblazers. It creates the turnover. Holt can't quite corral it on the near sideline. ACU looking ahead, still 2 regular season games. They're back on the road. Utah Valley on Thursday, Seattle U on Saturday. They will go straight to Las Vegas after next Saturday's game in Seattle. So it's a lengthy road trip.
Yeah, and those are big games for the Wildcats, especially, ending the season well. As we mentioned, Julie Goodenough never had a losing season with the Wildcats, but they got to win out in order to keep that streak alive. And then just pushing hard into the WAC tournament. I mean, if they're hot here, they go win 2 more. They could be a very, very hard team to deal with in that tournament.
Well, they have split with almost everybody in the conference. Grand Canyon has got them twice. Stephen F. Austin has got them twice. Everybody else, ACU has split with. California Baptist, they beat here in overtime. They had SFA down double digits in the 4th, just could not finish it. As Earl now fouled. Team foul number 4.
Yeah, and you mentioned, splitting series is good. You want to defend your home court, but the biggest concern for ACU down the stretch here is they're only 2-9 on the road. They've had a really tough time winning games on the away court, but they're 10-4 at home. But down the stretch here, they're going to be on the road, so they're going to need to find a way to win those games and push through that.
Maddie Warren the foul. She has fouled out. 16 points today. 5 of 15 shooting, just 1 of 9 from deep.
And as we see that other guard check in, they're going to start pushing traps at the top of the key there, putting that pressure on because there's no more foul trouble.
Earl another board. It's loose in the corner. It will stay with the Wildcats. It's been a very quiet scoring quarter for both teams. Both teams feel pretty content just to play this one out.
Yeah, if you're ACU, you don't want to, push the ball too hard or anything, force turnovers, and allow, Utah Tech to kind of have a chance to get back in the game. You just kind of want to play your game, waste time, not turn it over, and then eventually get points at the end of long possessions.
1 minute.
Jackson will drive. Tough catch for Traeger. Martin at the shot clock, missed. But another 30 seconds runs off the clock. Gillen 2 more. She'll add to her stat category with 25.
Well, and coming into this one, we thought it was going to be a game decided on the 3-point line, and it was to an extent, but ACU just able to really shut down Utah Tech's 3-point game and then do the little things right. Get offensive reboards, not allow offensive reboards, and take care of the ball.
How about one more offensive rebound? Claire Traeger. She'll end with 12 points, 8 rebounds. Peyton Hull, 16 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Bella Earl, a double-double, 10 points, 15 boards. Earl will shoot from the whiskers as the shot clock runs out.
Yeah,
8.2 on the clock.
A great senior night performance from Claire Traeger and from the rest of this team to honor their seniors in Claire Traeger and Brooke Jessen.
McCord one final three as the horn sounds. Impressive wire-to-wire victory today. ACU gets the better of Utah Tech. Your final score on Senior Day, ACU 74, Utah Tech 62. The Wildcats move to 13-14. More importantly, 9-9 in conference. We can make it official. There'll be a WAC Vegas in 2 weeks. Utah Tech falls to 16-13. 10-8 in conference play. They'll be in WAC Vegas as well after a 2-game homestand next week. Roman, an impressive victory today for the Wildcats.
Absolutely, they needed this one, and they needed the game on Thursday. Coming off of that 2-game losing streak on the road, coming back, you gotta win on the home court, defend Moody Coliseum, and they did just that, and put themselves in the WAC tournament for sure.
5 Wildcats in double figures today. Bella Earl, 10 points, 16 rebounds. Addison Martin, 12 points, 7 rebounds. Zoe Jackson with 4 threes today and 14 points. Claire Traeger, the senior on Senior Day, with 12 points. She was 6 of 12 shooting today. And Peyton Hull, 16 points to lead the way. 9 rebounds, 7 assists for the freshman. And again, that's who we've got. We've tabbed her. We're campaigning for, we think, the WAC newcomer of the year this year. Peyton Hull, 18 games in WAC play, all 18 in double figures, including today.
Absolutely, and she's played super well, not even in the scoring category, but just across the board. She's played a lot of minutes, played fundamentally good basketball.
So again, for Peyton Hull, the stat line today, 16 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. She is courtside with Joshua Varner. Joshua, it's all yours.
Thanks, guys. First off, congrats on the win today. What was your mentality coming into this game?
Winner's mentality. We lost to him last time, so we were determined to beat him this time.
So you played the entirety of the first 3 quarters, only had 1 break in the 4th. What was your headspace to be able to play that much time tonight?
Really, I just went out there and I was like, because I've been really frustrated lately, so I just put all my frustration out there on the court, and it made me play good. So, yeah.
So you guys are going to the WAC tournament here in the middle of this month. What are you guys getting ready? What are you guys getting ready to do for that?
Really, we've been sharing the ball really well. So in practice, we've just been working the ball around, and I think that, and communicating really well. So I think that'll help us for the WAC tournament. So.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, Coy and Zion, up to you guys.
All right, well, thank you so much. Welcome back up top here in Moody Coliseum. ACU gets a big win here late in the season. They've locked their ticket into what is affectionately called WAC Vegas, the WAC Women's Tournament in Las Vegas. Coy Oslin, Zion Webb up here. And, I mean, let's talk about Peyton Hull. Performance from her is outstanding today. What are you thinking, Zion?
First of all, bro, it just feels great to be in the WAC tournament, man. It's just a big relief for me. It's good. It's amazing to see. But Peyton Hall, they just did a great job. She was amazing, especially the team. They just all cooked. Everyone got the opportunity to play and have the ball and score. All the starters were in double digits, so it was cool to see. But the biggest thing is they're offensively, they weren't that good, but they can get back in the lab and fix that. Ultimately, though, the threes were the biggest thing. They were draining, and the threes had the opportunity to make or break a game. So just seeing them cook like that, it was great to watch.
Yeah, and you talk about it. It's been great to see what ACU was able to do today. Of course, Utah Tech didn't come out on the end. A couple great performances individually for them, but so far so good for them in this game.
Yes, sir. And I think right now they're on the right track, especially heading to the postseason. Right now they're good on all facets of the game. So just right now, just continue to let this momentum take them into the postseason. Who knows where ACU can go this season.
Yeah, and you talk about where the rest of the season will fold Utah Tech. They're already in that WAC Vegas tournament. ACU 2 games left in the season. A lot to work on and a lot to figure out in those 2 games, but they've got the time before that big tournament happens in Las Vegas.
Yeah, they got a good coach. So just following and trusting the process of Julie Goodenough will be big for them going into the final stretch of the season this year.
All right, so a big win for ACU on Senior Day, a lock into the WAC Vegas tournament, and we're going to send it back down to our friend Andy Penny to wrap it up for y'all. Thanks.
Coy, Zion, great job. Roman, an impressive day today for the Wildcats.
Absolutely. We said coming into today it's going to be a 3-point battle. Utah Tech only hit 5 of 29, and ACU had 12 of 41, which is what kind of gave them the early lead and then allowed them to just control this game and come out with a win.
24 assists on 27 field goals for the Wildcats today as well. Roman, great job, man. Enjoyed the broadcast.
Absolutely. Good to be down here with you.
All right, 74-62 our final. The Wildcats 9-9 in conference play with the win versus Utah Tech. This has been a presentation of the Western Athletic Conference on ESPN. For the entire team, Roman Raffelli, Coy Ostlund, Zion Webb, Joshua Varner, I'm Andy Penny. Take care. Good night from Abilene.